Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the Miata, and we're going to get this off of the jack stands today. We've got all of our Gates power grips on our hoses. The one power grips that I'm still kind of questioning, and I'm not quite sure if I'm okay with it or not, are the ones going from the main fill line to the pump. Not 100% on those, but I have a backup set that's the next size down. So if those do leak, then I have a quick fix for it. A little bit of leftover Chinese. By the way, I got Chinese takeout for dinner tonight. I got sweet and sour chicken, and it came with chicken, sweet and sour sauce, and white rice. There were no pineapple, no vegetables, nothing with it. Is that normal, or is that just chicken with sweet and sour sauce? I don't know. It was very odd. I'd never heard of sweet and sour chicken like that, but maybe I've been going to the wrong places for my entire life. So anyway, I'm going to move this cursor because it's going to be in the way. Um, we're going to get the Miata on the ground today. We also have new um, tie rod nuts that I picked up from the local hardware store. Exact same thing, exact same size. Nylox, it's just white nylock versus blue nylock. Not a huge issue. I actually prefer not to have blue on the car. And so I've got to do, I'm going to fill up with new fluid, and I'm going to show you the fluid, the power steering stuff that I use. And then we'll put the intake and the crossover tube on, and then we get the hood closed, everything, hooked back up and hood closed, and get it on the ground. And that's the plan for tonight, so that hopefully we can drive it possibly in the rain tomorrow. It looks like it might rain tomorrow. So anyway, we can at least drive it. It'll be on the ground and ready to go. So I don't really, I don't know. I might close the garage door because rolling the floor jack around is not nice. And I have cool neighbors. Like, you guys can see Sonny across the street, super cool guy, despite the C6. Hey, Liz, how's it going? Um, so I'm gonna show you guys. I've got the lights and fluids and stuff. I'll bring you guys over there, and we're gonna refill our power steering line, and I'll show you how to get the air to bleed the air out of the system in the power steering line. It's very simple, but we'll do it before we put it on the ground. That's the best way to do it. Um, you can do it while it's on the ground, but it's not as thorough, and it's a lot easier to do it while it's up. So I'll show you guys how to do that and maybe clean the crap off my glasses. Um, so I'm going to wheel you guys over. I know there's a bunch of stuff on the ground here, and we can get rid of, I'm going to put some stuff away while we're doing this so I can get stuff out of the way. We are done with our heat gun and our wraparound. So we're going to put our heat gun away really quick. Of course, there's stuff on the cord. Yeah, the Chinese food was weird. I don't know. I mean, it was good. It just was missing what I normally get with sweet and sour chicken. All right, got that stuff away. And our extension cord that's over here, you can also somehow I have a drop of oil outside of the car. I don't even know how to do that. Where's this extension cord? Come on, but oh, of course he's in the cat litter. Awesome. All right. I don't even know how there's oil over there. Okay. Whatever. Need 2 rubber gloves. I'll set that over there. Get some garbage off the floor. Paper towels. And we'll put on our bitch mittens. And by the way, rubber gloves are referred to as bitch mittens. guys with manicures and stuff. For me, it's just I don't want that crap all over my hands. Call me weird. Call me a bitch. I don't care. Um, so I'll get you guys over here and I'll see if I can get. I'll see if I can get a view from the one side. That might be a little bit nicer. So I'll show you the stuff we're going to use first. Uh, the I have some leftover Lucas power steering fluid. This is the stop leak. It's a stop leak, but it's also great for renewing seals. It has a bunch of additives in there that help with seals. And I have a little bit left in this bottle, which I'm going to finish off, but I have a brand new bottle too. So I'm going to add a whole bunch of this, probably half of this bottle. And then we have the Valvoline Max Life. This is power steering fluid. It also has stop leak additives, but this I've used in a bunch of different vehicles and it works great. So you can use whatever power steering fluid you really like, but this stuff's worked pretty well. I have not had any major power steering problems with it. Your good beats having metal shard in the bend. Okay. Oh, you're good. Period. Beats having a metal shard in the end of your finger. Yeah, I've had enough shit in my fingers and hands. Yeah, I'll wear gloves. So I'll try and bring you guys around to this side. And this way you can sort of see the area we're going to be working. It's a little difficult to see this clamp right here. What I have is this next size down. Now this guy did grab on solid and he's heated really well, but that's my only concern. All the rest of the clamps, all the rest of the power grips are all like super tight. And you'll notice up here, I doubled up. I just wanted it to, this guy's kind of oblong, kind of a weird shape, but with engine heat, he's going to shape into that. I just wanted them all the way sealed. It looked a little bit better because the other way, the cracked end stuck out. So I didn't really want that. So to fill this up, you can use a funnel. The Miata is just, it's a quarter turn. So let's see, it's a little bit more. It's about half a turn. Pulls up and there's an O-ring right here that is your seal. And then you have your level gauge right there. And usually measure this when it's hot. When you've turned off the car, power steering fluid's still warm, usually measure it that way. That's the best way to do it. When it's cold, you'll want it to at least touch the bottom of the stick. So yeah, and it's kind of hard to see. It's H, and then up here it says L. So you want it in the little L when you're cold, and then when it's hot, the fluid will expand and it'll be on the H. So we're just gonna set this aside. Make sure that O-ring is clean. You can just clean that off. It does get dirt and crap in there, and you don't want any of that. I'm gonna grab a little funnel for this guy because otherwise I'm gonna make a mess. It is this sounds terrible. It's a very tiny hole. And I want to make sure all the fluid gets in there. I know. It's always sophomoric, right? So simple little 99-cent funnel. And let's finish off our one bottle of stop leak. There's really not that much fluid in there. If anything, this stuff is really thick because it does condition the seals and stuff. I'll show you on the next bottle. And this stuff is very expensive. It's like $10 a bottle. So we're going to maximize it and we're going to get all of our money's worth out of this stuff. This stuff, power steering fluid, is also not cheap. It's probably $8 or $9 a bottle. So we are just going to do a little prep here. Speaking of prep, I'll go grab, while that's draining out, I will go grab, and power steering fluid smells so bad. It's kind of like gear oil. It's just awful. There's no reason something should smell that bad. Oh, God. Okay. I'm gonna go get the intake and the crossover tube since we will be needing that shortly. It's over here on the bench with all the screws and nuts and bolts for it. Safely stored. Now, also, with any good fortune, I won't need an alignment, but it is always, always, always a good idea to check. And this guy is done. He can be wiped off and put in the recycle bin. These guys can be recycled. So Lucas is pretty good about that stuff. By the way, most Lucas products are solid. I've yet to run into a Lucas product that has let me down. So again, these guys just have the little pop-off lid, which I can never get. Nope. And try it from this side. And you want to know how good I am? I can actually peel away half of the label. When you're good, when you're really good, you can do that. Yeah. Shit. Seriously. Uh, do this the hard way that I don't want to do. God. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. There we go. That can go back down there. This can also go in the trash. All right. I know it's always such an adventure just getting a stupid bottle open, right? So, again, we're going to use about half of this, maybe a little bit less, because it's really thick. So it's a little harder for the pump to spin around. But we're going to use that much. And then we will save the extra. I didn't cut the cap, so it'll stay pretty well sealed. And we just put our cap back on. You can, pop the cap off and do a little trim here and just squeeze it in. But this gives me a nice seal. So put this guy away so we're not kicking him around. And then we will add our pre-opened Valvoline Max Life high mileage power steering fluid. Again, I don't get paid for any of this. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using all of this because the lines are completely empty. Yep. Whoa, hey, 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 hey. He filled up. Now we're leaking power steering fluid. Oh, the funnel is, or the fluid is really nice and clear. So, yeah. Let me, now I have crap all over my hands. And of course, I can't get to it from that side because you guys are in the way. So I got to come over to this side. And get the key so we can turn the wheel. Yeah, the stereo might come on, and I apologize. So what we're doing now is we're trying to open up the rack and have some of that stuff get sucked down into it. And yep. Oh, we got good spillage over here. So grab some paper towels and clean that up. I can't see that from my other side. So we are pretty darn full. And I'm sure some of it dripped down. The good news is power steering fluid's pretty easy to clean up. It's not very harsh. So it wipes up pretty easy. It doesn't smell that great. So we will set our funnel over to the side here. Let him drip onto a paper towel. And then soak up as much other stuff as we can. Because if we don't soak it up, it'll show up as a leak. And then we're like, oh, damn it. Is it leaking or is it the overflow from when we filled up? So just wipe this stuff off. But yeah, the good part is it's not caustic. It's not really going to hurt anything. If you get it on paint, it's okay. Just wipe it up. It does collect dirt. So definitely wipe up whatever you can. What's funny is even though this car's in the garage, it still collects a lot of sand. I don't know where the hell the sand comes from. I don't know why I'm saying sand that way. Sand. So I think we got most of it. Some of it might have dripped down. I got most of the stuff here. There's a little platform right there. Did we have some drip? Oh, yeah. But that's okay. So we wipe it up now so that we know that it's not a leak from later. It does kind of smell like gear oil. Okay. So where did he drip down from? I guess pretty much just straight down. Yeah, he just came off the ledge. Yep, he didn't come on any hoses or anything. So there we go. Now we know we're extremely full. We can check it and see where we're at. Should be pretty close to full. Oh, yeah. So, yep, he comes just to the bottom there. So that's good. That's where we are going to stay right now. And we still have some left in here, which we'll probably finish this bottle off. And then we have a fresh bottle here. So I'm just going to set them to the side while we do the crossover and the intake, which are both very, very easy to do. We do the intake first, and then we do the crossover. Very simple. I say that, and then it's like, oh yeah, we can't really get to this bolt or this nut. So this is our intake with our heat shield and our K&N. I think it's a K&N. Yep. This guy goes in a very specific spot here. There are 2 bolts for it right there. And I'm going to have to come over to your guys' side to get these bolts in. But I have to go all the way around the car because I can't just go around you guys. I have to go all the way around the car. Okay. So all right. So this is what happens with light. You put the light where you're like, hey, I'm going to be working right here. And then as soon as you put your hand there, the light gets blocked by your hand. You're like, damn it. Where did this guy go? All right. Trying to line that one up is not easy. Okay. These are two 10 millimeter bolts all the way down, and then you have a 12 millimeter bolt here. What do we got? We just got a lot of dirt from Texas, so who knows? Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe it's part of that whole wind thing, just carrying dirt all over the country. And apparently, there's supposed to be gnarly storms coming in the next week or so. So maybe that's part of the rain that's coming here. Yeah, I can see a whole bunch of this leftover fluid here. I'm just trying to get it out. So I'm going to grab a 10 with an extension, and this one is a 12. So I'm going to grab a 12 with an extension too. And again, these guys, they're not holding anything together. So you do not have to crank them. They can be nice and snug. They do not have to be torqued to a certain spec. You can if you really want to, but it is not required. Just make sure they're nice and snug. I'm going to get a chance, check them. And I just got a couple of extensions on here so I can reach this and try and get a nice angle on it. This guy I can pretty much get from up here. When I'm doing multiple bolts like this, I will get them 90% of the way, and then I'll get the other bolt 90% of the way, and then I'll come back and do 100% on all the bolts, just so I have that wiggle room if I need to adjust anything. I can move it slightly in order to help a bolt go down or something to line up or not get cross threaded, not get its threads chewed up. This bolt is insanely long. I should have used the zoomer, but I'm trying to be nice with power tools with you guys. So this is the last bolt for this thing. And you can see how flexible he is. He's okay. So this one I will do tight. So I know that's exactly where I want him. And we'll come back to the 10, and then we'll go back and get these guys tight. Nice. He's on there snug. There we go. Okay. So air is back in. The next guys are 8 mils, I believe. Trying to remember off the top of my head. Actually, I think one's a 8, one's a 10. So this is our crossover tube. And this goes from here all the way over to our throttle body on this side. So air goes in. It's your mass airflow sensor. Comes all the way through here. Goes through your Helmholtz resonator, which I cut off because I don't need a particular sound on my car. It comes over here to the throttle body. You also have your PCV here, and you have your cold start, your IAC. Your IAC pipe is right as I'm blocking the view. IAC is right there. And this is your PCV, which is that tube that comes around. So we need to get those guys in place. We'll do IAC first. Make sure we can get access to our clamp. Slide that guy in place. Same thing here. We want to make sure our clamp is facing the right direction and bring him over. We'll do our PCV. This guy is a 10 and this guy is an 8. So I'll do the zoomer with those. Sorry. I know you guys, you don't like the zoomer, but it's really quick. It saves a ton of time. So I'm going to make sure this is on all the way. Okay. And 8. And then same thing here. I want to make sure he is completely seated in there, which he is. Okay. And our 8 mil is on. That should be it for sockets and zooming stuff on. We have one connector over here. Well, let's do this guy first. This is our cruise control vacuum line. He gets clipped here. Then he comes around. Oh, that's what was dripping oil. Really? Why is he dripping oil? That's weird. Oh, he's getting it from because he comes up here. He's part of the vacuum off the intake. So you just have to route him nicely. And he has clips where he goes. So he just clips into place. He goes underneath. And we have everything connected here. We have to do our hose clamp here. But the first thing we want to do is our MAF, which is this plug. And he comes around. He comes usually from the bottom. Does he come from the underside of the intake? Yeah. Underside of the intake to the top. Push, click. There we go, our MAF. And we got to do this hose clamp. And we leave that as a hose clamp because we're taking the crossover tube off often. So that's why we have that as one of the spring clamps. But the good news is we can move it out of the way so that it doesn't. What the hell are you doing? Okay, there you go. I'm gonna help these things, even though you get them super loose. And of course, I can't see anything because it's black on black in the dark. So I'll put the sharp edge of the clamp on the back side. So when I put my hand in here, it's not going to rip it. And I can still get to it with the pliers, but it's not going to cut my hand up. It's kind of out of the way. And that guy should be clipped right there. There we go. And we got a bonus clip. That is it. Car will now start, and this battery is dead, so we can replace him or charge him. We have everything sealed up on the car. We will just do a quick double check before we drop the hood. Aside from one paper towel and one light, we have everything sealed up here. All of our connectors on. Our MAF is hooked back up. Our cruise control is hooked back up. We have our new hose clamps up here. And I'm not sure if you guys can see them up here. And cable, a crossover, a vacuum, everything. Power steering. When we start the car and bleed it, we'll take the power steering dipstick up, and it'll just be hanging there, kind of letting air get pushed out of it. So we'll do that once we start it up. And that's how you get the air. You'll cycle the steering wheel back and forth a bunch of times, and that pushes the fluid around and pushes the air up to this, where since this is actually lower, the fluid actually falls down, so the air will come up and only the fluid will fall down. Air doesn't like fall down. So the air will stay in this and get bled out. The air gets bled out, and then it's just fluid running through the hydraulic system. So this is going to be a big test because those two clamps I am kind of worried about. They didn't clamp as deep as I really wanted them to. So let's give the car a start and then we'll close the hood. So I'm going to slide you guys back a little bit. Hey, who else is in here? Oh, um, yeah. By the way, I did watch Twisters entirely. Twisters was cool. That's fine. I like Glenn Powell. I think he's a great actor. The girl did a great job too. The actors were fine. There's no problem with any of that. Is to me, it was an entirely unnecessary movie. The first one was great, and you know, rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Rest in peace, Helen Hunt's career. Um, it was fine. There was really no need to do a second one. And this isn't a sequel or a prequel or anything like that. It is, I just call it a sister movie, and it was entirely unnecessary. But it was a good movie until the last 3 minutes. The last 3 minutes, dreadful. Absolutely killed it for me. Absolutely killed it for me. But otherwise, great. All right. Ooh, this is a tight fit. Let's see. Oh, I haven't been in this car in a while. All right, here we go. And I thought my fuel pump would go, but okay. We love the Miata. So, whoops. Okay. Just relax, everyone. I'm gonna run this, and I'm gonna turn on lights just so I can see the gauges. We have a full tank of gas in here. And I should be back to straight. So, okay. Let's, it's not going to be hot, but we can check our level. Also, if you are doing this in a garage, make sure the door's open. Those seals are holding. That's great. Very nice. Okay. They clamp down. I don't know. It's burning off the headers. I don't know. Can you guys see that? There's something like cooking off the headers. I don't know what it is. So now we can open up, whoops, our steering. There we go. And let's just check level first for grins. See where we're at. And we are just at the low mark. So I'm gonna fill up and then bleed some more out. So I'm gonna add some here. Where did my other can go? Okay. Filled off that can. And again, put this in the recycle bin. All right. No leak. Wow, the engine actually runs really nice. I also have my radiator clamps going here too. Those guys are awesome. No leaks. So we're just going to come over here. Go all the way to the right. Hold it. Go all the way to the left. And hold it. Come all the way back to the center. And so it's a whole bunch of going all the way to the left, all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Do that a few times and that'll fill up the system and get the air out. I think we're probably pretty close. Let's check. Oh yeah. The crap burns off those headers. There's no more smoke. This looks really good actually. So we are still at the low mark. Let me check it again. Okay. We're just above the low mark. So I'm going to give it a sprink smidge more. If you guys watch Brian Regan, you know how much a sprink smidge is. And then if you watch this, you'll see exactly how much a sprink smidge is. For power steering fluid, that's a sprink smidge. I'm just kidding around. There's no like actual number or anything. Okay. So we just added fluid there. Let's do our rack again. And then all the way to the left. Do that a few times. Yeah, and he's not kicking back now. So that means, whoops, he's pretty full. Yeah, all right. All right. Let me check these again. No. No, they look really good. And the coolant one I can't really see. Oh, I can see it right here. No drips on the coolant ones. That's these guys right here. These guys are just fine. They'll actually close up a little bit. And this guy hopefully will symmetrically form. So we're good. We can actually close the hood on this. All right. Get our funnel out of here. Get our dipstick back in and lock him down. We're in good shape. Clean off the radiator. Might actually clean the car too. It's been like that for a little while. So nice. Very excited about that. All right. All right. Oops. Very happy Miata. Very happy Miata. Uh, I am going to have to do the zoomer, put the wheels back on, but I'm going to move you guys out of the way here because getting the jack and stuff in there is going to be a little difficult. So, ooh, come back here. Is that a halfway decent shot? Okay. Here we go. All right. Whew, you want to be really good right now? It's a nice rock star. Whew. I know. I can see the socket down there too. That's what happens when you have big flipper feet like this. You just launch stuff all over the place because it's out of your peripheral vision. So, nope. So, yeah. Do. Oh, that's because that's the wrong one. Like, what the hell's going on? And these are 21s, correct? Yeah. Actually, put those in the right. The other thing I kind of want to do before I do any of this stuff is get the broom out and move some of that crap that's underneath where the wheels are going to sit. And potentially where the jack is going to go. Because the jack has a tough enough time moving around. Last thing it needs is little grains of cat litter impeding it. Can't get over a zip tie. Imagine what it does with cat litter. Okay. So we get our wheels and tires. These wheels, I'm trying to remember. They are, wait, the one that was on this side had, one of them had a peeling spot, and that was the near side one. Yeah, this side. Okay. I don't know what that was from, but okay. So and yeah, the next clear day, we'll get this thing, get the wheel cleaner, Jack's Wax wheel cleaner on there. God, if I had coordination, that'd be super dangerous. We use the rest of our Jack's Wax car wash and detailing products and get this car looking very nice. Nice and black, fastest color. These wheels are not directional, specific, anything like that, or these tires. So you can put them on kind of any way you'd like. Of course, I put the lug nuts way, way, way out of reach. And by the way, if you are shopping for tires and they are not coming from Michelin, you may want to get those quick. Sorry. I'm gonna do it 4 more times. Sorry, you guys. I'll try and cover the mic. Okay, sorry about that. Save this for torquing. Not torquing. All right, here we go. Wheels on the Miata, isn't that nice? I think that's really nice. I gotta remember how I did this. I think I did front first. Yeah, it's been a while, so I don't remember how I did it. So I think it's front first. Move some stuff out of the way here. Of course, the loudest sound in the world, right? Try to be quiet. Trying to be quiet. So yeah, this side we need to drop down because they're extended on that jack stand. So we need to drop them down. These are unused. Where are the used products? Huh. Okay. No, they're not. So we're just gonna do these one at a time out of the corners, I guess. A bit more. There's one. Try and bring them down slowly. Shouldn't hurt anything once the suspension kicks in. Okay. I was trying to remember how I did that. So yeah, now we'll come over to this side and do him. That's a stupid lock for that. There's locks on these now. I guess we'll come over. To this side. I'm really trying to be quiet. Oh, of course. Yeah. All right. Whoops. I have a bunch of electrical cords here for the battery maintainer on the Miata. So, see, this is why these cabinets suck. I hate these cabinets. Absolutely detest them. They could not be more in the way. They're basically useless. They've got, I don't even know what the hell's in here, like old DVDs and some garage door lube. These are useless. They should not be here. I don't have anything in these cabinets. More crap. All right, here we go. I have to come in at this weird angle. Now, here comes the odd part. So the car can roll because the front wheels are not locked up. So I need to find something to chalk those wheels up with. Give me a second here because I have no wood, wheel chocks, nothing here. I got to get creative. I think there's a piece of 2x4 over here. Is there? No. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. Awesome. Over here in spider heaven. Yeah. So, it shouldn't roll anywhere, but I'm just going to chalk that right there just so it doesn't roll. That's just trying to be preventative. And then I'm going to use a brush on the backside. It's all I've got. I don't have anything else to stop this thing from rolling. It shouldn't go anywhere, but that should stop it. Is that wind or rain? Okay, it's just wind. All right. Let's try and get this other jack stand out of here. Ow. Okay. There's the other jack stand. I have to get myself out of here and bring the car down slowly. This isn't NASCAR. And pull the jack out of the way as I do that. All right, cool. All right. Front's down. Rear. We'll just do the rear. And that's the other thing. Since we're bringing the rear down, parking brake, put it in second gear. Now let's flip this guy around. I'm gonna get this extension cord out. Actually, I can take all this out of here. Miata's been on the maintainer this whole time, but now that we're going to be driving it, we don't really need it on the maintainer, right? Right. So we can get the maintainer and the cord out of the way and onto the cabinet that's in the way. Sure. Just stay there. All right. So we get this guy flipped around. Sort of. They use the different jacks on the back here. So when you get good with the Miata, you know where your jack points are, which is really terrifying. Yeah, this isn't going to work as well as I had hoped because the stupid cabinets are in the way. Okay. We are on the welder there now. See if the cabinets weren't here. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, nope, those guys are on frame rails. They're not on the diff. So, there's one out of the way. And yeah, I guess Lower slowly. Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry. Sorry to all my neighbors. Whoa. The pucks are centered. Jack is not. Here we go. Nope. Almost. One more. That creaking sounds reassuring, isn't it? Okay. Jack stands are out. And by the way, that's the Jack. That's not the Miata. It sits so low, you actually can't get the Jack out with the hockey pucks in there. Is that funny? That's really funny. Okay. I knew that was a problem from before. So these pucks, come on, you guys can't be stuck together. There we go. By the way, if you don't have these in your shop, you were absolutely missing out. Get a bag of like 12, like a dozen hockey pucks. They're awesome. Use them for tons of different things, mostly for jacking up cars, but they work great. So there we go. Miata back on the ground. We like that part. Put our jack back where it belongs. Take our stoppers out of the way. And put that stuff back. Put this stuff away. Yeah. So that's it. Miata's back on the ground, ready to run. I cannot see you guys, so the only thing I have to do is bring the motorcycles in. Also, the motorcycles are going to switch spots. So the motorcycles will be over there, the Miata will be over here, and the Viper will be over there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me zoom out and tilt up a little. Sorry, dolly out and tilt up a little. You don't need to see all that crap. We're just here for the Miata. So Miata's back on the ground, runs great, battery's fully charged. We have all new power steering, completely rebuilt the power steering system. It all got painted and clear coated. We have all new hoses, all new clamps, and that's kind of it. What I'm gonna do now, I got you guys here. Let's just do it, right? Screw it. We're already here. We are already here. It only takes a minute. I got you guys. I know what you're saying. Don't drive it. Don't drive it yet. You can't drive it. I know. All right. Where's the on button here? All right, come on. Hmm. Uh, Newton meters, inch pounds, foot pounds. 250? Nope. We're not using 250 foot pounds. Whoa, come back here. This is a really great torque wrench I got on Amazon. Now, normally it's between 90 and 95 foot pounds, and I'm just going to do an even 100. Actually, I'm not going to do 100, and I'll show you guys why. This is pretty cool. This is going to take a minute. Okay. Oh, so if you're under 100 foot pounds, it'll let you do tenth of a pound, which is pretty cool. So if I go down, I don't know if you guys can read that. Here we go. Is that pretty cool? So we're going to go less than 100 foot pounds of torque. I don't know why it's on loose. There we go. We're in gear with the parking brake on, so it shouldn't really go anywhere. When you hear the solid tone, that means you're there. And then because I have OCD really bad, I will go back and just double check everything. Now, I didn't take the rears off, but I'm going to check them anyway. 99% of the time, you will do a star pattern, like a cross bolt pattern. There are very rare occasions where you do a circular pattern. And yes, you should always check your lug nuts. Even if you have center locks, please check them. There's nothing worse than being at the track, watching a guy's wheel come off. So on that lug nut, even though it was at 100, I still had one that was loose. I had one that was loose there too, so it's always good to check. Now the car's ready to drive, okay? All right. I was gonna do that in the morning, but then I was like, no, screw it. I'll just do it right now. And I can put the tools away and finish up with you guys. Let's see. I didn't read any of these comments. On the ground, 95, yep. Cool, yeah, thanks. I'm happy to have the Miata back. For here in Southwest Florida, it's just an awesome car to have down here. Um, Being able to put the top up, and then of course I have the hard top, which I'll finish clearing. I don't know, whenever I get time. It's one of those things that it can hang out there because when I run out of projects, that'll be a project. It's like my backup project. Whenever I run out of stuff, I'll have that to do, and that'll be a probably 2 day, maybe more with the clear coat. So there's really no need for a hard top down here, but I do have it just in case, and eventually it'll be mint, just like you know what I'm trying to do with the rest of the car. So super happy, and I'm glad to have this back versus driving my truck around. I've been driving my truck around the last few weeks, and it's okay. I love driving my truck, but for and I've been also riding the motorcycles, so doing quick errands and stuff. Motorcycles are great, and this is going to be a really nice in between. So I have the truck for big stuff, Miata for medium stuff, and the motorcycles for when I'm just going just me. So really excited about it. We'll take it for a test drive tomorrow when it's nice out, and also when I can see the road and see gators and armadillos and all that shit. Uh, yes, we do have a neighborhood gator. He is up the street that way about, I don't know, about 1,000 yards, and he's on the other side of the street where the canal is. So the houses on the other side of the street are on the canal. I'm not on the canal. I'm one road in. So this guy swims up the canal, comes through the like drainage pipe or whatever, and goes up on this guy's lawn and just kind of lays out there. Imagine if you like if you were a human being, it's the equivalent of just laying out buck naked on your front lawn. That's what this alligator does during the day. He's just laying there, and you drive past, and his eye pops open, just the one eye, to make sure you're not coming anywhere near him. And he lays there, and he's about 8 feet long. He's a big mamma jamma. First time I drove past, I thought he was like a lawn ornament, but then his arm moved, and there's paw arm. The hell is it? Is it an arm? I don't know. The thing from his front shoulder area to his paddle feet paw things, he pulled that back like he was, getting ready to move or launch. And then I was like, holy crap, that thing's real. He's a big boy. He's not this little, cute little guy. He's almost 3 meters long. I mean, he's a big boy. I'm not going anywhere near him. Nope. I will wave hello as I drive past. No reason to go up and try and pet him or take pictures with him. Nope. I'm good with that shit. I've seen way too many gnarly stories. Yeah. So, and then armadillos and those things, like you hit one of those with your car, it's like hitting a cinder block. I mean, those things are tough, man. They are gnarly, tough animals. So that's it. So we got the Miata back. We'll get it. I'll get it wiped down and cleaned up, and then we'll do a hardcore wash once weather passes, and we make sure everything's nice. But I'm excited to have it back. It's a really great car, really great car. Super happy. So thanks you guys for following along on the whole adventure. It's been a long time. It's been a couple of months, but I've been going back and forth to Ohio and 10 other projects, racing. Went to Daytona and Sebring and a bunch of Viper events and car shows and stuff. So I apologize for not finishing this earlier, but I wanted to make sure that I did it right. And with the power grips, it took a little longer because I had to order parts. So I'm sorry about that part, but uh, happy with it. And we'll double check for leaks and make sure, everything that's spilled burns off. And then I'll double check fluid after a drive tomorrow. I'll make sure that we have enough fluid in there and that it's happy. But the power steering was very quiet when I was going to bleed that system. Like I said, you just pull the dipstick out, and you do the wheel without weight on the front tire. So jack it up. If you do it without any sort of tension on there, you just go back and forth a bunch of times. It'll push that air over to the reservoir, and then it'll come out the reservoir. If you do it with tension under there, it gets like compressed by the pump, and it won't go back. It'll stay in the system. It won't come back. It's weird how it works. Take the tension off the front of the car. Just jack it up on each side just a little bit so there's no tension. Run the wheel back and forth 3 or 4 times while the engine's running. It'll take all the air in the system and send it out through that fill reservoir. So it's pretty simple to do, but definitely take the tension off. If you don't, you're going to have, it's just going to put more wear on the pump and make the fluid work harder and all that stuff. So that's it. That's it for tonight. I guess we'll have a new project. The newer project is the limos coming down. Still working on that with shipping it down here. I got a buddy of mine who's probably going to be bringing it down next month at the second week of April. So hopefully we'll have the limo here and we'll get to do a ton of fun stuff with that. And I hate that I don't have access to it, because it would be awesome to just be able to work on that constantly and get that thing in perfect condition, like these, like the motorcycles and the truck. I just want that thing going nicely. So we get the limo down here, and if there's other projects, other cars you guys want to see in here, us doing other stuff, let me know. Shoot me either in the comment or shoot me a text or a message here on Facebook, wherever, and I'll try and get that car here, and we'll try and do cool stuff with that car. So just let me know, and we'll make some calls. Definitely want to do more location stuff. I'm new to Southwest Florida, so I'm still figuring out all the locations. And like I've said before, also trying to get the technology where I can do multiple cameras remotely, and it's been very difficult. So I'm going to keep working on that for you guys. So I want you guys to have the coolest experience. That's why I'm trying to get the cool technology to work. It's very difficult. Um, so yeah, I'll probably do a Miata update, like a 100-mile update or whatever, and or like drive to Tampa and back, and do a 200-mile update and let you guys know how it is. But I'm pretty confident in it right now. If there's anything that happens, it'll be super minor. So I appreciate you guys hanging out throughout the whole thing. And do we have other messages here? Yeah, everyone. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys are happy the Miata's back too. And I know this is really sorry. It's hard trying to compose the shot. I should be like over here, but then I can't get the Miata in there, and all you guys see is like the water heater. Like, that's not cool, right? Nobody wants to see that crap. So I'll just block it. How's that? Um, so thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek, give them a kiss on the tip of their nose, hold their hand, give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I will catch you next time when we do an update after driving the Miata. All right. Have a great night. We'll see you later.